Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today's topic is habitat and niche. Habitat and niche. Now, habitat is a Latin word. ये एक लैटिन वर्ड है habitier. Habitier means to dwell or to live. To dwell. Or it's defined as the living or dwelling place of an organism. Living or dwelling place of an organism is called its habitat. It is also defined as the specific place, where a species or population normally lives in nature. A specific place where a species or population normally lives in nature. It is specific place or locality now. Specific place or locality. Locality delimited by a combination of hectares. Delimited by a combination of hectares. Physical features and barriers where a community or population resides. That is, it has a particular combination of abiotic or environmental factors. That means that habitat may have a combination of environmental factors. So an organism's habitat may be as large as entire ocean. Like a whale. Whale has a large habitat. Or as small as termites intestines or stomach. Or stomach of mosquito. There are some protozoans. They live in the termites' guts, that is termites' intestines, and there is the malarian parasite which lives in the stomach of mosquito. So a habitat may be as large as an ocean and as small as a small space. For example, we can have pond as an habitat. We can have a desert as habitat. We can have a whole tree as habitat. We can have a river as habitat. We can have sea coast as habitat, or we can have a leaf as habitat for small insects. like silkworm. Now all the plants and animals of a habitat, all the plants and animals of a habitat are adapted to specific conditions of their habitat. So a habitat is also a sum total of all conditions, which determine the existence of an individual, or population or a community in a particular locality. So in a particular locality, वहाँ पर हो जितने भी कंडीशंस होंगे जो इन्फ्लुएंस करेंगे एक इंडिविजुअल को, एक पॉपुलेशन को या एक कम्युनिटी को, उसको हम बोलते हैं इसका हैबिटेट. एंड एनिमल्स जनरली शो हैबिटेट स्पेसिफिसिटी. दैट इज एनिमल्स जो हैं दे ऑफन लिव इन अ स्पेसिफिक हैबिटेट. एनिमल्स जो हैं दे लिव इन अ स्पेसिफिक हैबिटेट. That is, they show habitat specificity, but those must have a particular environmental conditions. For example, amphibians occur in fresh water only. However, there are exceptions. Amphibians जो हैं they live in fresh water. However, there are exceptions. For example, there is a fish, Hilsa elisha. It is commonly called as Indian shad fish. It can live in both freshwater and seawater. It lives in both freshwater and seawater. Likewise, there is an insect, larva of insect that is called as Chironomus. It can live water with very high and very low oxygen content. Now there is an annelid. It is called as tubifex. It is found in running as well as aerated freshwater bodies with abundant organic matter. There is an annelid tubifex. It is found in running and well aerated freshwater bodies with abundant organic matter. Now you know there is Plasmodium vivax or malarial parasite. It is found in RBCs and liver cells of man for a part of life cycle, and stomach of and salivary glands of female Anopheles mosquito for another part of life cycle. So an individual may have particularly a specific habitat, but some individuals जो हैं they can show different habitats at their different life cycles, at stages of life cycle. Now, a habitat generally occupies the entire community. For example, a pond with many species of algae, floating plants, rooted plants, insects, fishes and frogs are found in a pond. Now, there are reasons why different organisms have different reasons for different habitats that we call as habitat diversity or formation of biomes. There is one reason that rotation of Earth around the sun. That is, Earth revolves around the sun. Earth revolves around the sun. That may change the climatic conditions or the seasons, so there are different habitats. Now, another reason is tilt of axis of Earth. Tilt of its axis is responsible for annual variations in the intensity and duration of. It is responsible for the variations in the intensity and duration of temperature. Temperature resulting in distinct seasons. Another is annual rainfall. Annual rainfall at different places shows us the different habitats. Now there is another life on the Earth exists in favorable as well as extreme and harsh habitats. That is, you can say that Earth has now the different habitats with favorable as well as extreme and harsh habitats. Like there is scorching Rajasthan deserts which have very harsh climatic conditions. There is rain-soaked Meghalaya forests. Rain-soaked Meghalaya forests. There is deep ocean trenches. ओशियंस में लास्ट टाइम मैंने कहा था बहुत सारे हैबिटेट्स हैं. There are permafrost, polar regions, what there are frozen regions rather. There are high mountain tops, There are boiling thermal springs, boiling warm thermal springs where there is hot waters or warm waters, and there are also sinking compost pits. Compost pits जो हैं, they also have the habitats, and there is even our intestine. It also acts as an habitat for large number of bacteria. So these are some of the different habitats because of the temperature variations, rainfall variations, intensity of light variations, or due to rotation and revolution of Earth. And we can have a habitat versus microhabitat. Microhabitat. Microhabitat refers to the subdivisions of habitat. Subdivisions of habitat. It refers to the subdivisions of habitat having different environmental conditions and different kinds of organisms. Subdivisions of habitat having different environmental conditions and different kinds of organisms. For example, there is forest floor. There is a wooden log. Under the wooden log, there is tree canopy. You know it, where there is a large number of trees at a site and they form a canopy. Muddy bottom of forest. And earlier I mentioned our intestine, that is also a microhabitat. Surface of pond,